Greetings and welcome. How are we all feeling today? In life, as curious and unique individuals as we all have our own internal worlds and our own way of viewing things. But us as humans, we are meaning making machines. We have to create meaning in life. Otherwise, we don't have a good understanding of our worlds. When we create meaning, we assign value to something or someone. Creating meaning is really important in our lives because it helps us better understand what's more or less important. It also gives us a better perspective on how to understand other people's internal worlds as well. How we create meaning is heavily dependent on your past experiences, your perceptions, how you view life, the trauma you've had, how you experience things, how you understand your own world. We have to make meaning in order to understand life, so we can understand what we need to pay more attention to and less attention to. And we also assign meaning to ourselves. And when we assign meaning to ourselves, it has to do with our self-esteem, our self-image, and our self-concept. So if you don't see yourself as very meaningful, then you are not going to create a lot of meaning within yourself. Because creating meaning has a lot to do with how you respond to your environment, your core values, your understandings, what you accept as truths as well, and what you believe. Because we act out of what we believe. We seek more of what we believe. So when you create meaning, you attract more of that meaning. When you create meaning, you attract more positive meaning or negative meaning. And yes, we do have problems, we do have challenges, we do have issues, and we tend to associate them with negative meaning. But if you change that and you assign a more positive meaning to something negative, then you're going to find that you're able to problem solve better, and that you can also see the problem in a different light as well. So it's important that we create meaning in a positive and in a healthy and constructive way. Because when we don't create meaning, then we lose purpose. We don't feel like life is valuable. We don't feel that anything is valuable. We just feel like there's no point. The definition of depression is meaningless. Feeling meaningless and like life is meaningless. Because when you are already in a bad state and you are already attracting bad things into your life, then you are creating negative meaning as well. And when we create negative meaning, we don't always realize how severe it can affect our own reality and our own world and the way that we view life as well. So remember, when you are creating meaning, to do it in a healthy and a constructive way, so that you are able to internalize your world in a better way. Because when we create meaning, it has to do with how we internalize our worlds, how we view things, how we understand things, how we create our own realities in our minds as well. Meaning is something that we create in life every single day. All the small experiences you don't always realize that you are creating meaning from. All the little things, you don't realize how you let things affect you, how much more meaning we place onto things that don't deserve that much meaning at all. Meaning is a very important part of growing as a human being as well. Because when you are focused on making more meaning, making more positive goals, having a more positive perspective, then you'll create more meaning in your life, and you'll feel more fulfilled, and you'll feel more satisfied, and you will feel less empty. Because when we enough meaning in our lives, or we don't create meaning in our lives at all, we feel empty. And that's where the void comes in. That's where we feel depressed and down and constantly upset, constantly in a bad mood. And it's such a sad thing to see, because the more value you find in life, the more meaning you will assign into your life, and the more meaning you will bring into your life. And when we create meaning, this is how we determine value in our lives, what's important, what's valuable to us. Your core values have a big impact on how you make meaning in your life as well. And everything in life has meaning, everything. And this is how we understand our own worlds, by saying, this is this, this is that. I internalize this in a specific way, I internalize that in a specific way. And then that will in turn determine how you make meaning. And how we make meaning will also determine how we internalize our own map of the world, how we create our own reality, how we internalize our own reality, how we understand our own reality. And the things that make up our reality are our past experiences, how we responded to past experiences, and our traumas also have a big impact on how we make meaning in life. And how we make meaning will also distinguish certain things and categorize them in a specific way. So this is how you decide how something relates to you. You'll make meaning, internalize it, and understand how it affects you, how you internalize it, and how it relates to your current situation or your current mindset. And when we do not create value, when we do not create meaning in our lives, we become depressed and our energy runs at a very, very low frequency. Because if you are already depressed, and the thing about depression, it becomes a cycle. When you are already depressed, you're not going to make good meaning in your life. You're not. You're just going to see everything as meaningless. And the more depressed you become, the more negative meaning you'll create, or the less meaning in general that you will create. So if you force yourself to get into a positive perspective, and you force yourself to really look for the valuable things in life, you're going to find it a bit easier to deal with these very dark and heavy emotions. So remember, meaning is a part of life. It's how we understand our worlds. And the meaning of life is what you make it. It's about the meaning you assign to your life and to your world, and understand how things are and how we distinguish certain things, and how we understand what's important and not important. Create valuable meaning, create healthy meaning, create meaning where you can facilitate growth, where good things matter and bad things don't matter that much. Because can I ask you a question? If you go through something and you had a super bad day, and it's a super bad experience, and you're super upset, ask yourself, is it going to matter in a day? And if it does, is it going to matter in a week? And if it does, is it going to matter in a month? And still, if it does, is it going to matter in a year? And if you answer no to any of those questions, then don't assign meaning to the problem. Don't assign meaning to things that have no place in your life. Because meaning is how we create fulfillment, how we create our own realities, and how we understand the world, other people, and ourselves. Because you are meaningful. You create meaning from yourself. You create meaning within yourself. And it's up to you what meaning you're going to create. But what meaning you're going to create will also determine how healthy and well balanced your life is. So remember, you are unique and valuable. Take care of that beautiful person. Stay Stay strong wherever you're from.